Hello, everyone. I all hope you had a very beautiful day and a very great day ahead. Yesterday, we spoke about the Universal Heroes. Today, we're speaking about the Order of Darkness, the secret terrorist organization of assassins and supervillains who aim to exactly seize control of worlds and planets and cities, and also restoring power to the entire sacred world and to the other worlds and to the other civilization. As I've exactly said in a previous video on the leadership that was passed down to Silverface before Bond exactly stepped down and left the secret society of supervillains known as the Sacred Circle in order to find solace and also peace and prosperity along his long life. Within the middle century, the Order of Darkness was formerly led by Bond, a supervillain and a mastermind and a former member of the Sacred Circle and of the founders. He led it through great leadership. All the other assassins and supervillains known as Shadow Arrow, Ghostmaster, Fire Dragon, Sacred Wall, Water Child, Dog Water, Superior Child, Life, Sacred Light, Life Light, Sacred Man, Dead Man, and Snake Queen, and Mountain Man, and Dark Light, and also Gorgon, and Dogface, and Shadow Wolf. All these assassins were greatly led and greatly trained in the highly skill of martial artists and in the skill of hand-to-hand combat, in the skill of agility, endurance, and any other skills they can easily accomplish. During at that time, Bond trained all these assassins and all these agents in order to fight, and assassinate anyone else who poses a threat to his power and to his great rule. When the council of the Four Nation Hunters poses a threat to his entire expansion in order for him to restore power to the sacred world, Bond exactly had one assassin of the Order of Darkness member known as Shadow Arrow to take out the members of the Sacred Council known as the Four Nation Council in order to take them out permanently. The assassination quietly failed, but in doing so, it exactly helped the organization establish some mutual control over the other cities and over the other worlds, and also restoring power to the other states of the sacred world and all of its civilizations. Bond was quietly pleased and very quietly happy with this. Over time, the Sacred Circle extended invitation to Bond in order for him to join forces with the Sacred Circle, becoming its next member. In doing so, the Order of Darkness began working for the behalf of the Sacred Circle in order to extend its reputation and its assassination attempts, and its militarizing force skills, and also its settable skills in order to working for behalf of the Sacred Circle and also the founders. In doing so, working behalf in order to exactly fertilize their goals for furthering their goals and their mission and also their ambition. In doing so, the Order of Darkness was part of a major assault on a sacred summit of Four Nation Council leaders about to take place in order to sign a treaty. Bond made sure that the assassins were able to fulfill their assigned mission in order to destroy the sacred council leaders before they were easily to assign. But the little bit of the assignment was quietly the mission was quietly thwarted due to the intervention of the United Hero members of Sacred Man and Evil Man and Lytris and Waterman and all the other members of the all the other members of the United Heroes were able to exactly intervene and protected the members of the Sacred Summit, which exactly caused some of the assassination members to retreat. They were able to fight with the battle. They were able to exactly force the assassins to retreat. Some were able to disappear through black smoke. Others vanished within a blast radius. In doing so, Bond was quietly happy with the success and was able to meet back with one of the members of the Sacred Council and very quietly pleased with the success of how the event exactly took place. And in doing so, they exactly shared drinks and exactly obliged that they are both exactly pleased and that the Sacred Circle was quietly happy and saw the founders exactly. The assassins were even quietly part of a major ambush against the covert team of the Universal Heroes in order to exactly attack them and in order to exactly and then assault against them. The attack and the ambush quietly worked perfectly, was a major success with the other villains with Green Man and Fire Dragon and all the other villains who were exactly part of the ambush was exactly the ambush was successful. The Universal heroes took the bait, able to exactly take all the other members into custody. Some who managed to disappear, all the other assassins didn't exactly disappear into the ambush taking place. Some were able to exactly vanish into the battle. Others were taken ultimately into custody and sent back into the Astor prison. But they didn't know that the ambush was exactly and extremely meant to fail, because they were able to exactly recover a briefcase containing sacred crystal chips, able to exactly with the ability of mind controlling. Over time, the Order of Darkness assassins were part of the Sacred Light assassination, or part of the major staging attack on the other worlds in order to seize control with Black Spot and also with the other members of Shadow Girl, and also able to exactly attack and reclaiming all the other worlds and all the other civilizations. In doing so, the Universal Heroes and Intergalactic Coalition were able to intervene, able to exactly prevent the Order of Darkness and the founders in the Sacred Circle from seizing control of worlds and planets and other numerous city-states in doing so exactly. But the attack was quietly dealt a swiftly blow. All the assassins were beaten aback. All the members were beaten aback. Black Spot was ultimately taken into custody. Shadow Girl was also ultimately taken into custody, and all the other assassins were also taken into custody. Ultimately, some of them were able to escape during the duration, but they were all ultimately taken into custody. Bond exactly saw that the world was covered in different shades of gray, and also the sacred world was covered in different shades of gray, and the universe was quietly kneadable over peaceful. He decided to step down and leave the organization and the societies of the Sacred Circle and the founders and the Order of Darkness, leaving his place and his leadership into Silverface, which he ultimately left the organization under the hands of the founders and also of Silverface to decide who will exactly lead the organization and also the Assassins organization. And the members of the founders were quietly pleased and exactly accepted his resignation. So did the Sacred Circle, were quietly very happy of exactly accepting his resignation. Despite this, Silverface led the organization. The founders were quietly happy to let Silverface become the leader of the new organization of the Order of Darkness, and to lead it, and also to guide it through greatness and to sheer force of will, and also to doing so, they are very quietly pleased. Silverface exactly accepted the leadership and became the next member of the secret society of supervillains known as the Founders. And by becoming its next member, he led the organization and he became its frequent member. The alliance between the Founders and Shadow Block was exactly extended, that in order for them to relocate the organization somewhere else within Shadow Valley, where the assassins were fully trained in order to fight in hand-to-hand combat, training and also working together in hand-to-hand combat with a mentor and with a leadership and with a new master, with a new sensei known as Shadow Master, who was quietly leading them all to greatness and to Shadow Force of Will, who was also a member of another secret society of supervillains, which I previously exactly told you about, which is the Order of the Five, that decides the fate of humanity and that wants to control the entire world and the entire sacred universe and the rest of existence. In doing so exactly, Silverface led the organization to greatness, commanding two assassins of Shadowfly and Shadow Arrow, in order to assassinate and kill anyone else who poses a threat by attacking an alien bank manager known as Banker Dolphin, who's been investing on the entire business and all businesses in the human world and in human industries. The attack and assassination was a work of artistry. The assassins fulfilled the mission and also the task, and they were very quietly pleased with the development. Silverface was very happy and very quietly pleased. They reported back to Silverface and informed him that the assassination was a charm, and elderly Granny was very quietly pleased and very quietly satisfied with the assassination attempt. The United Heroes were quietly able to track down the assassination, were very quietly and very unhappy with the assassination attack taking place, and so were the members of the Intergalactic Coalition. They decided it's time that they step in and stop this before it gets even worse and worse. Silverface began hiring a member of his own to become a spy of the new covert team of the new Universal Heroes, to get intel of the new Universal Heroes, the Intergalactic Coalition, the World Heroes, the United Heroes, the team itself, and also the Sacred Team and the Five Heroes and the War Heroes and any of the heroes he can, which he was able to exactly dispatch his spy. His spy has been getting information and intelligence on their mission, their operations, they coordinating together and secretly working together and secretly sharing secrets and top secrets and working together, and also sharing private information on how they've been exactly working together, secretly coordinating together. Silverface was very happy with the information and very quietly pleased with the success of his spy was able to report back. But when the time came for his spy to fulfill his job, the team really found out about the spy and they decided to exactly to put down the spy before things could exactly reach a boiling point. And they were able to neutralize the spy, and the spy decided to exactly betray Silverface and the rest of the organization and join the members of the Universal Heroes, which was known by Jeremy Shadow, the new Shadow Boy, and became a new superhero, which he betrayed the Order of the 12 and also the founders in the Order of Darkness, and he left the organization and began a new work of redemption and becoming a member of the team of the Universal Heroes and began exactly using his skills to save humanity and protect mankind at any other cost by fighting the organization of supervillains of the founders, the Sacred Circle, the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, Order of the Seven, Dark Order, the Galactic, and also any other, and Black Smoke, any other sinister terrorist organization that may pose a threat to mankind and to the sacred world and to sacred existence itself. Despite this, the members of the Order of Darkness are very heavily trained in martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, agility, endurance, able to fight any foe and any foe and any hero. They've been fighting the United Heroes over for centuries, clashing with the Intergalactic Coalition over for years. The members are quietly working with their members have even formed an alliance with some of the Shadow Empire commanders and with the Shadow Empire commanders, with the Shadow Empire warlords, able to extend their greetings, able to work with each other and using technologies, integratable technologies, Aeon technologies to move the levels and up to have the upper hand in a war in order to fight against the Universal Heroes and assisting the Shadow Empire warlords in wreaking havoc on other worlds and planet states and other planets by assisting Lord Jack, Winter King. These are the sinister threats. These are the sinister threats that have been assisting and forming alliance with them and also aiding them in a conquest. And the former members of the organization are Ghostmaster, Shadowfly, Redfly, Fire Dragon, and also Shadow Arrow, and also Life Light, and also the other members who have quietly stepped down from the Order of Darkness and decided to exactly lead themselves into becoming perfect assassin and become assassins for perfectly for hire and for great and for hire and also to serve and kill and also becoming privately enforcers of any secret society known as a Dark Order, the Dark Order, the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, Order of the Seven, Order of the 12, and also the Galactic, and the founders itself exactly by helping them with their goals and furthering their vision and also their plans in order to conquering other worlds and other civilizations. Despite this, Lord Justin was very quietly happy to accept Shadow Arrow's invitation to joining his faction and also helping Lord Justin's reign become elite and become prominent in the entire sacred universe and in the rest of sacred existence by any means necessary. Despite this, he will not exactly stop by conquering the sacred world and the rest of sacred existence in any other way. But despite this, the Universal Heroes are eager to stop them and are eager to stop these villains and any of the foe. They've been frequently clashing with the Order of Darkness and the Assassins for years and months and 2 months, 3 years since fighting with an ancient evil villain known as Darkmaster, who's wreaking havoc on a larger scale on the entire sacred universe and the entire world, and also in the other worlds and other civilizations. Despite this, our heroes are determined to stopping these assassins at any other cost. They are all very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, swordsmanship, agility, endurance, and also in crossbow arrow, accurate senses, abilities of hand-to-hand combat, martial artists. They are very, very skilled and they are very, very, very formidable adversaries. These assassins and these supervillains should not be underestimated. The Intergalactic Coalition frequently clashes with some of its members in order to maintain peace and prosperity throughout the other worlds and throughout the other civilizations, in order to stopping these assassins from wreaking havoc on a larger scale, on a very, very larger scale. Two losses on two separate fronts on the battlefields have been quietly lost, but the assassins were able to recover. So was the members of the Intergalactic Coalition. But despite this, they're determined to stopping these assassins and all of their members and all of their masters. These guys are the baddest villains, and they're very skilled and are very, very clever, smart, intelligent, and have raw intellect, working with other working with other villains of the Dark Druids, the Dark Faithful, the Dark Witches, the Ice Druids, and the Ice Witches, Black Mask, the Water Children, the Water Children, Ember, the Goddess of Power, Witch of Power, the Little Magic's former Druids, and the Little Magic's former followers and operatives, which they're still in colluding with them and forming alliance with the Shadow Empire warlords. They are not meant to be underestimated at any given cost. Well, I all hope you enjoyed the video, and I all hope you have a very beautiful weekend. Tomorrow I'm shooting for the last time on a Friday, so I'll see you tomorrow. And then after that, I all hope you'll have a very beautiful weekend, a very safe weekend. Please like and subscribe. Bye. Bye.